However, there's a lot more to Greek life than most think. A different kind of Greek. All in all, it's up to the students to define their reputations. Students are being encouraged to take a more active role in their university career, so they won't have to face these surcharges in the upcoming years. Good evening. You're watching BSSK News at 7, and I'm your host, Shanea Longley. First tonight is an update on the Ebola crisis affecting America. Next, we get to take a look at the living room theaters on FAU campus. Also later, an exclusive interview with Lieutenant Governor candidate Annette Taddeo. Dallas County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Monning was hospitalized after showing symptoms of Ebola Wednesday night. Deputy Monning reported having contact with Thomas Eric Duncan while he and his family were quarantined in a Dallas apartment days after the shocking misdiagnosis. The Texas Department of State Health Services are closely monitoring those at risk with potential infection and wish for everyone who are experiencing Ebola-like symptoms to report it so they can be tested and treated immediately. In other news, local colleges and universities offer many services to their students in order to expand their experiences on and off campus. But officials wonder if students are aware or are even taking advantage of the services allotted to them. Reporter Sarah Schumann is live on the Boca campus of Florida Atlantic University and has more on the story.
Thanks, Shanea. I'm here at the Living Room Theaters, a valuable but underused resource here on campus. Today, I got the chance to interview some patrons as well as students on their opinions of the theater.
I've been coming here for 5 years since it opened. We were one of the first people.
I visit the Living Room Theaters whenever there's a good movie out, I guess.
The Living Room Theaters were an addition to the Boca Raton campus of Florida Atlantic University in 2006. The theaters were built in hopes of helping some of the student film and multimedia programs on campus, as well as improve the community's access to foreign and independent cinema. Although the theaters attract some residents of the community, it still goes highly unused by Florida Atlantic students.
And I have never actually seen a movie at the Living Room Theaters. Always been in the building, but never actually gone to see a movie.
And I go to Living Room Theaters because I have 2 classes in there. Besides that, I have never attended in my life.
Clearly, the Living Room Theaters is a great asset not only to the students of FAU, but to the community as well. We hope that with the right publicity, the theater will gain the attraction that it deserves. Back to you, Shanea.
Earlier this week, FAU hosted a student phone bank for the Charlie Crist campaign. Our reporters were granted an interview with the candidate for Lieutenant Governor, Annette Taddeo.
FAU welcomed an exciting appearance on Monday by Annette Taddeo, the chosen running mate for the Charlie Crist campaign on Florida's Democratic ticket for governor.
They made is pick a running mate, and I am so proud to be on the people's team. I think it's amazing, but it also says a lot about Charlie and how he believes that all of us deserve a seat at the table.
I support her campaign as Lieutenant Governor. Number one, because she brings not only the woman ticket, the mother's ticket, a small business owner to the ticket. She knows what Florida needs. She's been a resident, a lifelong Democrat, a lifelong Floridian, and really I think that she, today in her speech, she displayed all those qualities.
Annette Taddeo was kind enough to meet with us today to answer a few questions regarding her future if elected as Lieutenant Governor.
First of all, we're going to invest in education to make sure that we have a workforce that's actually ready to be hired and our students have opportunities.
The FAU Democrats Club organized and hosted the event, a student phone bank located in the House chambers on campus.
You know, you can say you're going to bring all these businesses here, but if you don't have an education system that actually invests in it, they're not going to come because you need the workforce. Second of all, we are going to invest in small businesses as well. We know that small businesses are a big part of our economy in Florida, and as a small business owner myself, we need to make sure that the contracts from the state government actually go to Florida businesses.
Taddeo made the appearance as a stop on the campaign trail in order to support the Crist campaign during the final stretch of his candidacy before the November 4th election.
To tell us more of the event, reporter Carrie Gannon, who was covering the story, is here with me now. Thanks for joining us, Carrie.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back in the studio.
Great. So, can you tell us more about the event?
It was amazing, Shanea. The FAU Democrats did a great job putting the event together, and being able to see Jill Biden and Annette Taddeo speak was just such an inspiration to me and to all of the students who were there.
Well, that sounds like a great time, and that you were fortunate to be able to have been there.
Yeah, I'm really glad that our team was given access to the event.
Well, thank you for joining us here tonight.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching it. But that's all we have tonight, and thanks for watching BSSK. I'm Shanea Longley, and good night. When you see these symbols, signs, or flags, most think of notorious partiers, alcohol abuse, senseless hazing, jerks, and promiscuity. However, there's a lot more to Greek life than most think. Undergraduate Greek members tend to have the highest grade point averages, community service hours, and are 20% more likely to graduate. Jasmine Lynette Palmer, Vice President of the Sigma Iota chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, is a different kind of Greek.
I chose to go Greek because I wanted to make more connections and make a sisterhood and a bond that would last forever. And I also love to do service and give back to the community, which is Greek life is all about service, scholarship, and making a bond.
Jasmine Palmer is a Jacksonville native. She is also a junior majoring in biology with a kind spirit and a heart for service. Palmer spends most of her time at work, in class, answering emails, studying, soaking in a weekly dose of reality TV, and serving the community. Jasmine was awarded membership in an elite honor community service organization named Order of Omega.
I actually just love doing it, meeting new people and helping them out and giving back.
Jazz catching up with close friends, fellow Greeks, and playing with her Shih Tzu Pomeranian puppy child, Sweetie, who is just as tangy as she is sweet. She speaks to her mother and grandmother several times a week. She surrounds herself with loved ones and framed moments. Jasmine is very family oriented, so the desire to be in a sisterhood came natural to her.
I did my research. You know, I looked, and you know, the only one I feel like fits me is Alpha Kappa Alpha, you know, because they are the first and the finest, you know, and it's all about scholarship, giving back service to all mankind, not just our culture, but, you know, everybody.
I feel like it helps me network better, and it actually gives us common ground to have something to talk about. Like, a lot of these great women I would have never met had it not been for my sorority. I feel like that just helped us get the foundation, and then we layer on it with our actual personalities. We get along and we love each other, you know, and it would have never happened if we weren't brought together by the sorority.
Greek life is more than what meets the eye. Most fraternities and sorority members live completely different from the stereotypes glamorized in movies. Most join for academic reasons, networking, and bonding, while few others are more interested in the social aspects of Greek life. All in all, it's up to the students to define their reputations. University students may experience an unpleasant surprise as tuition bills increase this upcoming semester. Florida legislators have approved to increase the excess credit hour surcharge from 50% to 100% per credit hour, which could add hundreds to thousands of dollars to a student's tab.
It gives you a setback because you're having additional bills. Not only that you paid for these classes, but why is there an additional fee? And then you have to pay for classes that you actually need towards your major. And that's a big discouragement.
The surcharges are expected to affect more students in the upcoming school year. The purpose of the bill is to encourage students to graduate on time, but the bill has sent a rift through campus as students reflect negatively towards the charges.
So not everyone will have the same amount of money to spend to pay for their career. So that could be the difference between someone actually graduating and somebody, dropping because of lack of money.
On-campus advisor, Professor Gallant offers advice for students facing surcharges as well as students to come.
Clearly, I think students need to be able to investigate their interests and determine if a certain area really is what they want to do. But for those who are really certain to maximize their efforts into really accomplishing that, and to really focus on doing well in classes.
Students are being encouraged to take a more active role in their university career, so they won't have to face these surcharges in the upcoming years.